You are live. I get a message that says you are live, in case you didn't know. So happy, happy, happy New Year. Happy New Year. We have a special guest today, so I'm just making sure everything looks good. I see that she's here. I'm so excited. So we have a special guest. Let us know in the comments. Doug, however, is not here to be able to tell me what's going on. So say hello in the chat. And we have a handout as well, as always. So we are streaming live right now into the group as well as to our YouTube channel because we are super fancy. So, and we have a very special guest today that I'm going to bring on that we are very, very excited about. Joy's here, yay! So, so Joy, maybe you could kind of be Doug. Play Doug. Doug is in the hospital, sadly. So he actually called me though, just like 20 minutes ago to say hi for me. So he's feeling much better and we're hoping that he is out by the end of the week. So really good news on the Doug front today for those of you that have been following. So let's send him, we're going to send him lots of vibes, big shoes. So if the handout doesn't work or something, you can snag the link for us. But yeah, it's totally big shoes. He has a huge role and we've missed him greatly in these past couple of weeks. So he's on the mend, should be good. And it's going to be a great year. We have a lot planned this year, lots going on. And so one of the things that we talk about quite a bit in here, but that I want to just remind and share is that Doug and I are in a mastermind that we have been in for over a year. It's hard to believe. And we meet every Friday pretty much without fail. I mean, I don't think that there's been a Friday that somebody hasn't been there. So it's like we meet every single Friday. Every once in a while, one of us has to not make it, but pretty much all of us are there every Friday. We take it very seriously. We also communicate via Messenger in between that and share things and whatever. And honestly, it has made a world, I can't even tell you the amount of difference. A world changed our lives, a world of difference in our business having this mastermind. And this came about because I was taking a course from Mr. James Wedmore, who I like talk about a lot, but I was taking a course from James Wedmore and he had a Facebook group just like this. And I met Kathy Vreck in this Facebook group and we would have trainings just like we're doing now. And we did it on Zoom though, so we could see each other and whatnot. And Kathy just made me laugh. She's very funny. And so she started making me laugh. We started kind of joking around with each other in the group. And then she emailed me afterwards and said, hey, would you be interested in, we also watched each other get coached. And so we kind of knew a little bit about each other. And so she said, would you be interested in forming a mastermind? So I introduced her to Doug and we started meeting. And then she went to a James Wedmore event and she met Amy Jo Bierman and she met our lovely guest today, Anu Grace, and she invited them to join the mastermind. And so that was over a year ago. We've been meeting every Friday, like I said, like, hey, look, I can show your comments. Hi, Scotland. We've been meeting every Friday and it's been spectacular. So today I'm very excited because I'm going to introduce you to my mastermind colleague and friend, and she's here, so I'm going to go ahead and bring her on. And I'll let her talk about what she does. She's an amazing, I'm going to give her a little bit, I'm going to embarrass her first before I bring her on. We kind of joke that, well, it's not a joke though. So we get very serious with this mastermind business. And Anu comes in and she's a powerful, powerful entrepreneur. She's so full of ideas and she's got an amazing business that's doing really, really well. She's from Finland. So she has an international audience. She's got it both in Finnish and in English. So she basically has two major businesses. And so, but she comes in and she's just she keeps us so light, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And so she always is the cork that helps us float to the top whenever we're like struggling with something. So, and even when we're not, so she's just such a joy and she's really inspired us. And I have to say that Doug Shaner's wife, Kendra, is so patient with him being in this mastermind with these four women it's the divine group that we call ourselves, the divine mastermind. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Ms. Anu Grace. Oh, look, isn't she beautiful? So
make sure that all you beautiful, beautiful.
I can't hear you. So let's get your microphone working. Hang on. Let me see if I need to mute or unmute you. Okay, try again.
Can you hear me now?
No, I can't hear you. So do you have headphones by any chance that you could pop in? So, or let me see. Hang on.
I can try find my headphones just for a
Studio.
moment.
I don't want to kick you from the studio. Let's try this. Hang on. Let me get
Let's see.
Joy. Oh, you can hear her. Well, I kind of need to hear it too. So they can hear you. Let me see if. Oh, no, that wouldn't do it.
Volume button.
It's just, are you talking about me? Are you guys talking about me behind my back, even though I'm right here? Why can't I hear? Oh, you know what? Go ahead. Now try it.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it might help if I turn the sound on.
Well, thank you, Carolyn, so much. Thank you, everyone, for having me. I'm so excited when I got this invitation, and of course, we are in this divine mastermind together, and it's so wonderful, and it's so great to connect with such beautiful souls, and I'm really honored to be here today and doing some readings. And I don't know what we're going to do, but I know it's going to be wonderful and hopefully uplifting, and maybe even aligning some of you, maybe all of you, to your purpose this year, because 2020 is full of opportunity and full of beauty that's there for us to just go out there and achieve our goals and make it happen. I feel that this is the year. So thank you.
Absolutely. And having you here is just the greatest way to start our year. I'm super excited. And I like that our backgrounds are similar because it looks like we're together.
It's dark.
Our minds are connected. So welcome. So we have a handout. Let me post it in here for you guys.
I have an extra guest here, my kitty.
Oh, she comes into our masterminds too and contributes. Yeah, well, she does.
Connect with awesome.
So awesome. So great. What's the cat's name again?
Her name is Isis. She's a shelter kitty. And when I first saw her, this was like 12 years ago, at the animal shelter, she looked so royal, so like such an Egyptian goddess. It was Isis. I had to take her home. I wasn't going in there to adopt a cat. My kids dragged me in and I said, no. We're just going there to connect with the animals. And then I couldn't resist.
You did. So you're still connecting with the animals.
Oh, yes.
So awesome. So, okay. So let me put the link up there. So there's the link to the handout.
That on our cards. So they're probably going to be extra blessed.
Awesome. So she's walking on them, giving her kitty blessing. It's perfect. So what we thought, why don't you tell us a little bit about your business and what you do?
So my business is basically about, I work mostly with women, but every now and then I have some men in my group, the daring goddess men, men who are, because I work with goddess energy a lot. I feel like this is a time when women it's time for women to embody our power, our manifesting power, and really bring in healing into this world by healing ourselves and the old paradigm thinking. But of course, all of the teachings and all of the concepts I teach and talk about are equally to men and women. So whatever we're going to be discussing today, we have all the sacred feminine within us, and we have the sacred masculine within us. And when we find a balance to that, we're going to really feel more whole instead of looking for the wholeness from outside of ourselves, but really tuning in. So that's what I do. I really help people tap into their creative power. And I know your group is very creative group of people, but that manifesting power where we have a thought, we have a dream, a goal, and we don't have to struggle so much in order to achieve it. Because in the old paradigm, the so-called third dimensional reality or frequency, we really feel like time goes by really slowly, and our dreams, we have to work really, really hard to achieve things, and it's just a struggle, and it feels like nothing is going our way, or we have to focus on heavier things. And then when we start shifting that and raising our frequency, working with our energy, meditation and positive thinking, and bringing in this crystalline energy that this crystalline frequency that I talk about, it lightens things up, and then we can we can more easily, with grace and ease, to bring those dreams into reality. And that's what I want for all, because dreams have good energy, and the more people fulfill their dreams, the better this world becomes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So can you guys see what I'm talking about? Like, she definitely just comes in the light in the room and like just really does, like, even when we are struggling and putting our heads together and working on some, difficult subjects or figuring things out we don't know how to do, she just brings this lightness to things that really helps us kind of, keep things going, and things are manifesting and happening because of it. So definitely we wanted to do that for you guys, which is why I have the handout here. So what we're going to do today is Anu and I came up with 6 different topics. So as you can see on your handout, let me pull it so I can see it. So we've got these 6 topics, and then we have 6 numbers, like grade school. So you go to you just take a pen or a crayon and just put a number next to each topic. So like whichever, and take a moment. So let's all take a moment, and we'll just kind of, and we'll do this when she goes to pull the cards too, I'm sure. So we'll just take a moment and breathe a bit, and let's calm down, and let's let everything go from our day, week, and our year so far. So everything that we've got going on, let's let it go for a moment. And take this number 1, for instance, and then which topic do you feel like the number 1 for you resonates? So is it health and wellness? And they aren't order of importance. Like number 1 isn't the important number. Like it's not an order of which thing is the most important to you. It's kind of which number resonates with which topic for you. So we've got these 6 topics. So if you can't see the handout for some reason, the 6 topics are basically spiritual growth. So which number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, resonates with you with spiritual growth. And then we've got friends, family, community, relationships, maybe colleagues, business relationships, just the relationships other than your love relationship, but your kind of relationships that you have with people in general, community, business, that kind of thing. And then we also have your health and wellness, your basic health and that kind of thing. Which number, 1 through 6, resonates to you with health and wellness? And then we've got your career, or your purpose, or the thing you're striving for, if it's being a reader or a writer or working in Hollywood, or what is that career thing that you really want to do? Which of these number resonates with that? And then we also have money, good old money. You gotta get that one in there. Our finances, our goals, financial, like, yes, let's rain it down, right? All of the things that have to do with money. What is the number that corresponds for you with money? And then we have love, our love relationships, our significant others, the ones that, we really, make our heart pound, flutter, whatever. So whatever number resonates to that for you. So put your number next to your topic. Does that make sense? Is it all making sense for you guys? And just put whatever number that you have next to that topic. And now we're going to take a moment, and she is going to pull 6 cards and talk about each one. So let me know someone that you got your numbers going, so we make sure that you're understanding what we're talking about. So she's going to pull a card, and that's going to correspond for you for whatever topic that is. So like she's going to pull the number 1 card first. They will go in order, and then whichever topic you put next to the number 1, it will resonate with that. So it's the one that says it's the link goes to, and here, let me give it to you another way as well. It goes to a handout. The one that says New Year with a New. So it goes to it's the very first one on the far left. If you read from left to right, like most of us do, I think it's the far left one on the corner there. And then I will also give it to you this way too. So the topics are, okay, now we're seeing some people get it. Okay, so just open up so you'll see the 6 topics, and then put a number, or we can do it this way as well. So think about, so we're going to do the first card. So for you, is this topic that she's about to pull, which topic is going to resonate with you first? Is it spiritual growth, health and well-being, your career, your friends, family, community, your finances, or love? Which topic for you will this be?
I have to interrupt really quick. I'm now not interrupting, but Caroline, she is actually often with me, but every time we're connecting, she's here. I think she just loves your voice. Oh. You have a soothing voice. But you might be inviting her in because I've done a lot of,
She does join our mastermind quite a bit. That's
yeah,
true.
she
That's
doesn't
so
do that
funny.
every day.
I have so often I take
Your voice
screenshots of our mastermind.
here. Okay.
I have a lot of pictures of Anu with a tail wrapped around her face. So
Well, cats can feel vibration of people.
Aw.
You have good
Oh,
energy.
baby girl.
So,
So great. So think about one of those topics.
Should I start pulling cards or
Yes,
what?
go ahead. So we'll start with the first one. So all of you think about which topic are you going to have, this card is going to be for which topic for you? Spiritual growth, health and well-being, friends, family, community, career purpose, finances, or love?
And I'd like to say that the reason why we're doing all these categories or why it's helpful is because I feel that when we're creating a beautiful 2020, and we're not just creating a beautiful year, we're actually starting a whole new decade. So there may be a lot of dreams that you have in your mind. A lot of areas may need some fixing or tweaking or aligning, but we got to start from somewhere. And I feel like this is an opportunity for you also to get clarity on where, if there's emergencies in some places, some areas in your life, or you just look at these categories and you feel like, oh wow, this is the time for me to dream about love, or I really should expand my awareness on an understanding of my finances. And this is kind of an opportunity to also pick what you may want to work on for the next, let's say, 90 days. It doesn't exclude any of the other areas, but the more focused you are in one area at a time, I feel like you can focus on a couple areas, but if you focus on all the areas, it will feel like you're going against a battle, and it's just really hard. So maybe if you even today you want to hear more areas, just take notes and then decide what you're going to take out from this evening and what you can do to better your life and make some changes, so that, and long term, like think of long term, because we're no longer creating like short term dreams that feel good today. Yay, I made some money, and then tomorrow a bill comes in and that money is gone. So we were actually really wanting to shift our mindset into starting to build and design the life into a more direction. So let me start with the spiritual growth. And I have a lot of cards here. So let me. Okay, so spiritual growth. This could be maybe about what you need to. Maybe it's a spiritual practice that you want to start, or you feel like you need, or maybe it's something even that you feel like you always get easily angry or triggered, or maybe you easily give up, or there's some other spiritual and personal growth that goes into this category. So let's see. Such a beautiful card. Let me pull 2 cards for each, just so we get more dimension. But this is really, I'm going to show the cards that I'm pulling here also. Okay. So the first card for this, and she's back. This is a little, sorry everybody if you're, it's really
great.
She's a healer cat. She feels.
Love it.
Okay, so compassion. So the spiritual growth may be for you to look at your life in a compassionate way, or maybe you've had some conflict with another person, or you felt critical about another or life situation, or maybe you're trying to make things happen in your career and they're not moving forward fast enough. So this is the spiritual key factor that will help you to open up whatever you feel is holding you back. So compassion, soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. And it does feel like this has something to do with a lot of you. It has to do with people, other people around you, because I pulled another card that says soul family. And so it's time to really connect in a compassionate way with other people, and even forgive those who are not treating you well. It doesn't mean that they get to hang out with you or get to spend time in your life, because we want to choose also in 2020 more and more. We want to really choose who we spend time with, but yet have that compassion for yourself and for other people, because we are in different places in our spiritual growth, and it's okay. There's no right or wrong, really. It's only where you are at and how you can better your life in this way. It just kind of spreads around. Your light and compassion can help others heal as well.
Love it. So let me ask you something really quick. So when we're in a group setting like this, because typically I'm totally new at this, so yeah. I'm always learning from you. So when we're pulling cards and you're pulling a card that's like this one that was for spiritual growth, and we're doing it as a group, because what I was thinking was that people were pulling a number that would correspond with a topic, but I can see where it works better to just speak to a topic. So is it like does it end up being sort of a group vibration that you're sort of tapping into when we have a lot of people like that, as opposed to when you're doing a card that's you're thinking of someone, an individual?
Well, what I'm like intuitively getting, I get what you mean, because I was thinking that way too, but now I'm feeling like energetically
I do too.
It's for, it's kind of the angels, the spirit, the universe wants to speak to all of you. However, this is, if you pick this one, then it's a bigger influence in your life, more urgent. You really need to work on that. Maybe you need to meditate compassion. Maybe you need to do some Buddhist compassion meditation, or go look at animals and feel compassion. Let them teach you about compassion, or just really try to work on your heart and soften it. So it's really about where we are. It's of course, all of these messages can touch everybody because they are divine messages, but you know what you're working on right now and where you're at. And if you pick this number 1 for spiritual growth, this is what is your specific message. So if you didn't pick this, it didn't even occur to you to didn't think about choosing spiritual growth, then maybe that's not something you are actively working on, but it's still a subtle compassion message.
Totally. Gotcha. Does that make sense? You guys, let us know if you have any questions along the way, everybody, as well. So let's go to the next one. So maybe, maybe you could sort of randomly pick what the topic is. So now we've got health and well-being, friends and family, career or purpose, finances or love. Which topic would you like?
I feel like we can go in order. It's a little hard because the kitty is really
it all fits, right, Scotland? Totally.
I'm telling you all, it doesn't happen usually. It doesn't really happen this way. She's so independent, but she loves you all. So health and well-being.
Okay.
Let's tune into health energy, and immediately I'm feeling that some of you, I feel like a portion of you really are even thinking about maybe a health change or something, or need your focus to be specifically on health. And Archangel Raphael is there, and I'm also feeling that Mother Mary's like a motherly energy is coming through also. So when I'm saying these, it doesn't really matter whether you believe in angels or whether you believe in gods and goddesses or God or universe, whatever like your belief system is. We can use this as these figures and these beings as kind of archetypes to what they represent. So Archangel Raphael represents a healing angel, and Mother Mary is considered often to work with our inner child. So with the health and well-being, I'm feeling that there's 2 aspects to this, because those 2 beings came through very strongly, is working with our inner child. So how can you nurture that child within? Maybe you've made life too serious, and you keep working, and start maybe seeing even in your physical body, which is why Raphael is here. Okay, you need to maybe think about your sleep habits or your food or whatever other physical things. But the core issue seems to be about your inner child, which is why Mary is kind of looking at, well, how can you take care of that little baby you, or that whatever age comes to your mind? Maybe the inner child for you is not a baby. Maybe she or he is 5 years old or 7 years old or 12 years old, is a child. Maybe it relates to a time in your life where it was hard as a child. Maybe
Mhm.
there was something that you couldn't heal or you couldn't understand, because as children, we really don't really understand adult behavior always. It's very irrational
Still don't.
from this point of view. And children are very pure and very open to things. So we may take, we may have those inner wounds. And so now you can, the past has happened, yes, but it doesn't have to define your future or the thought patterns or the feelings or the wounds that you carry on from this day forward. And you can heal yourself, even if you didn't. What if you didn't have a mother there by your side, loving you and taking care of you? Maybe your mother couldn't do that well. Maybe she was struggling so much because maybe her mother was. There's all these childhood scenarios that we could be dealing with, but we can have the divine mother nurturing us, and we can be the mother or the father to our inner child now and give him or her what she needs. And maybe it needs playtime, maybe it needs ice cream, whatever, or maybe she just needs to be heard and told, you are enough, you are worthy, you're precious. Those words.
It makes perfect sense, because when we talk a lot about this in this group, actually, about it's supposed to be fun. Like life is supposed to be fun. And we want, I mean, we often in our business, our password is play a lot. We use the word play a lot in a lot of things. And I think we want to bring you back to that place, because if you're going to be working in Hollywood with a lot of big personalities and a lot of pressure, it's like we want you as the reader or the writer to be this sort of grounding force of light, being fun. Like the fact that we're able to do this right now means that our lives are pretty spectacular, and to always be grateful and understanding of that. And I think that just bringing that along, and I love it, Scotland. And totally, it's a great comment about your choose your health first, because that's the foundation of everything. And really tapping into your childhood as well is like such a big part of that.
And the childhood, when you heal your childhood, you're going to be stronger. Because I know some actors and people in Hollywood, but I'm not in that world. But from my understanding, it's not the easiest place to be always.
Yes.
So
the
stronger you are, the stronger your roots are, the stronger your core being is, the more successful you can be in that environment where people don't always see you as this precious little being that you truly, a big being, whatever size, but precious being that you truly are. So when you hold yourself in that light, when you heal that part of you, then you're going to be so much stronger and yes, conquer the world with your light and your creativity. So friends, family, community.
Let's do it.
Okay,
everybody think about that in your own life.
Yeah.
Friends, family, community.
Number 3, then this is where you're at, you are called to, let me show you. This is absolutely perfect card for this. So it's a card of gentleness. So this is an angel card. It says, Archangel Sandalphon, be very gentle with yourself at this time. We've been talking about that actually with the inner child. But this, I feel, has to do with choosing the people you're with. So if you want to be successful, you want to be with the successful people, and know that it doesn't mean that you're choosing, oh, you're not successful, I'm not your friend anymore. It doesn't mean that way, but we know that like attracts like. And so if you are with people who are always like, it's not going to work, I can't do anything, this is that, or negative thinking, or gossiping, or planning something not so good things behind other people's back, then you're going to be caught up in a scenario where you find yourself kind of confused, and it's harder. So the more clarity you have around relationships, and you choose to be with people that support you, that lift you up, and groups like this that support you and lift you up and help you really achieve what you want and celebrate you, instead of feeling that jealousy. So I feel like that's the message here, is to be very pay attention when you're around people, when you're in communities, or when you're with family members, we can't say bye-bye to family members. They're here to stay most of the time, a lot of the time, but we can still choose what kind of energy we bring into that. And if it's really harsh energy, we don't have to put ourselves through that, even if it's blood relative and we feel forced, like we need to see, we can still find a way to maybe see each other less, or use that compassion to soften that. But really about, I feel like for those of you who chose this, it's about the relationships and how, and environment also, where you're at, who you're with is determining your vibration. Is helping you, vibration is helping you succeed, or holding you, keeping you stuck in that victimhood that they may be suffering. Or
we talk a lot about improving your 5, right, you guys? So you want to improve the, you are the conglomeration of the 5 people that you listen to or hang out with most. It doesn't mean that it has to be someone that you necessarily even know. It can be, you can listen to podcasts or whatever, but you can improve your environment, make choices to improve your environment, and form masterminds like we're doing, like we've done. And it makes, and like this group, like Joy says, find your tribe. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect place for being like-minded souls. And you have wonderful leaders in this group, Caroline and Doug, who are so bringing so much good energy here. So this is a safe place for you.
Totally, that's what we strive as for, a totally safe place.
One more card that was here is birthing a new age. So this, for in terms of community, friends and family, we're talking about this topic. So maybe it's time to really think about if you're attached to a community that's no longer serving your highest good. It's not taking you where you want to go. Maybe it's time to start releasing some too, and really giving opportunity for the newer and higher vibrational connections, crystalline connections to happen.
Absolutely. Woohoo.
Woohoo. Okay, let's see where we are at. Career and purpose. Okay.
Here we go. You guys ready?
For the ambitious ones. Career. This is very interesting. I feel like okay, so we got comfort. The angel of
a lot of love going around this group.
A lot of love, yes, but this does get to business. Trust me, it's gonna get there. But just give me a second, because the angels want, or the universe wants to bring with this energy that it's also time to heal and release those old thoughts about who you can be and what is possible for you. And maybe because this is Azrael, and this is about really helping heart to heal, so maybe there could be somebody in your life, maybe it's your dad or your mom or somebody else who's very close to you, that you have been looking up to, maybe, or being influenced by, and maybe they are no longer here in this physical realm. And it's also impacting our parents and the people that we've been really close to. We look up to them and also take like career advice from them, whether they were good or bad. Like for a long time, my dad was an entrepreneur, and everything he did failed, but he kept doing it. And I feel like he passed away already a long time ago. But so I've had a lot of time, kind of working out this energy frequency with him. But I feel like I'm now doing what he always tried. But I decided, I almost got into that, like, well, is this what having your own business means, that you're always trying something else. And I went through that also in the past. I was thinking, what do I want to do? I felt like I wanted to be an entrepreneur until I discovered my life purpose and my true why I'm here. And then it, of course, everything. But we kind of take influence from other people's money mindset and what they feel like is possible. So let that heal. Think about maybe who that could be. That's possibly in heaven, because this is a card from Azrael. So it could be already up there and still kind of influencing there. However, there is another message here for the career, and it feels like this is what we're really looking for here, is you're already doing it. So when you're thinking about, okay, what do I need to do with my career in order to make it better and improve myself this year? So the message for you is keep doing what you're doing. You're in this group. You are doing it. You're doing the work. Just put your energy into it. Continue putting your energy and show up in this group, in these live sessions, and keep doing and keep dreaming, keep visualizing. Stop overthinking, how am I going to get there? You have this dream and you're like, how am I going to get there? This has to happen. It doesn't matter. You just need to know where you want to go, and then follow your guidance and keep showing up, and you're already there. You are on the path. So that's big. And just as you keep doing this, you will see how things start growing and evolving this year for you. So absolutely. I'm really excited for everybody who chose this.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay, so we have two more. Okay, so finances. Finances. Okay, let's talk about money.
So while she does that, we talked about SMART goals, right, you guys? Where SMART goals are all about studying all these things. But our SMART goals here are to smile, melt, allow, relax, and trust. So that's our acronym for gatekeepers as we move forward.
Okay. I also love it. I feel like the universe is very kind. Very supportive today. It's really showing us where the focus, where the energy needs to be. So the money card from the angel deck is, you know what to do. So think about it. You want to, I don't know what your dream is. Maybe you want to double your income this year, or maybe you just want to start making income, or whatever, wherever you're at. The message is that you have what it takes and you know what to do. And maybe this means that maybe you've spent too much money and you've gotten yourself into a little bit of trouble. So you know what to do. Start being more. It doesn't mean that you can't live in abundance energy. It just means to be more mindful, creating long-term plans financially, instead of just allowing that pleasure in the moment to guide you. Because we're really wanting to set some decade-lasting goals so that you can enjoy freedom, financial freedom in the future as you create it, because you deserve it and it's yours. We live in this universe that is so abundant. There's no lack in this universe. The lack is only in your mind, in our mind. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, this whole planet has been in lack mentality and mindset for thousands of years. We've been poor, we've been struggling, but now as we're stepping more into this new earth, things are changing globally for a lot of us, and we are shifting from that lack mentality and realizing, wow, we don't have to be in lack. The universe has all that we need, all when we need it. And when we start shifting that mindset, the lack mentality just starts to disappear. And the other card that came through is Lemuria. So it talks about heaven on earth. And one thing that I talk about a lot in my teaching is actually not so much Lemuria. I talk about Lemuria also, but I'm because I'm also from, past life Lemurian. I'm a past life regressionist, so I've just explored my lives. But Atlantis, golden Atlantis, and that feels like is the blueprint that I'm currently using in my life in creating my dream life. And what Atlantis taught us is that there is this opportunity, there is this vibration where we can have it all. In Golden Atlantis, it was this heaven on earth frequency. Plato talked about it as a utopian society, heaven on earth society, where everybody thrived. How is that possible? It's in the mindset, it's in the frequency, and it's in believing and knowing that you are worthy. And taking action also together with this card, it feels that we need to start also taking action and not be afraid to take the leap of faith and knowing abundance is there for me too. I can create. And it's not only I can create, well, maybe I can create, but it's actually your destiny. I feel like it's your destiny to live an abundant life, because if you're not living in abundance, it doesn't mean a lot of money and millions of dollars. It's not about the number of money, but it means the freedom that abundance mindset is giving you. So letting go of that lack thinking, that if and competition, I guess in this area it could be competition. Well, because that person is maybe better, that you think they're better than you and they're already there, you think that there's competition. But in this universe and in the Atlantean model, there's really no competition. The competition is against you and you, or your own thinking, your lack mentality. Your abundance mindset is having a competition with the lack, and the abundance is clashing. So when you become abundant in your frequency, then there is no competition, because there's enough. There's more than enough for everybody.
It's endless supply. And it's an interesting thing that I don't know if it's culturally, or I don't know why, but so many people have this idea that there's a limited amount of resources, and there just isn't. It's like, it doesn't, why is it then that Oprah Winfrey can come from nothing and be very successful? I mean, it's this idea that if someone has a lot, I won't be able to. If I have so much, someone else is not going to benefit because I have too much. So we can't strive to go too far, because that means somebody else is getting the bad end of that deal. And but we don't do that with sickness. We don't say, oh, if I get really healthy, then that person's going to be more ill, or they're going to be sick if I get healthy. But we do that.
If I'm breathing now, it's like you're not getting enough breath.
Yeah. It's interesting. So we really, really want to, really work, and we're going to do a whole money training. You guys, we've talked about this with our last 2020 vision planning. People requested that we do a money training. We are going to do that, so that we can give you real tangible tools with, abundance in general, and finances, and both the tactical side of finances, and then this idea of how can we let that go, because that's just not something that serves us. And it can be in abundance, and then it can be financial if you want it to be a financial goal. And I just today listened to Brooke Castillo talking about how her company made $26 million. This was her goal, and they surpassed that goal this year. And I didn't know this, but she mentioned that she never would have started on this goal to begin with, any kind of financial goal, if she hadn't been listening to Amy Porterfield, someone else we talk about, who Amy Porterfield talked about how she made $1 million. And so she was saying, you can too, kind of thing. Neither one of them are bragging. Neither one of them are,
I remember Amy's podcast where she said, I just hit first $1 million.
Yeah, first $1 million. And Brooke heard that podcast and said, oh, it's possible for me to make $1 million. So now Brooke starts on this journey. Now Brooke has hit 26 million, and then Amy is following what Brooke is doing. And so Amy had her first $10 million year by listening to what Brooke was doing. And here they are, back and forth. And that's the beauty of abundance. With money, the number, I mean, it's super cool, sure, but that's not, and that might not even be your goal, whatever. That's not the part, the thing that's so cool about it. One, how open they are about it. That to me is like, generates abundance for everybody if they're willing and open to be that way about it. And then it, like, you can see it just so exciting. And so,
Brooke, think about that. She, I don't know what her income was at that time, but I think she started somewhere from like 300,000. So she was already doing pretty well, probably at that time, but pretty well, but still kind of in the money game, you still at that level, you're still thinking like, where does the money come from? It's kind of still at that point. But she did, it's not many years ago, it's a few years ago, but it's not many years.
Within 10,
Imagine that shift from $300,000, or maybe it was even less at that time, who knows, but to 26 million. And I think she's getting to like 100, like her goal.
That's her goal. That's her 10-year goal.
Massive explosion. What did she have to do in order to get that? If she would have continued lack or doubting herself, no way.
Yeah.
But if really cool. And I'm kind of I'm not a multi-million-dollar person, but I have been a struggling single mom with two kids. We didn't have a lot of food. My mom brought us bags of food and for me and my children. And now I've created a really successful business that I love so much, and I feel like I'm really helping people change their lives. So you can do this. Like it's no matter where you are in this moment, maybe you're struggling and you just feel like you just have that dream. That's enough. That's enough.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here, because we see the greatness in all of you. So we're going to continue to promote that.
Absolutely. Okay. Love.
Love. Perfect one for the last one. Let's end on some love, shall we?
Love. So this is
Everybody think about your love.
whether you are in a romantic relationship or you're wanting one. Okay, this is getting pretty specific, so I might have to. Okay, so because I pulled a card, and I may pull another one because these love cards that I brought here just for these questions are very, very specific to, but you know who you are. So this is a card of secret admirer.
Ooh,
someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. So maybe this, I feel like this is for all of you who, well, actually it can be whether you're in a relationship or not, but maybe there's this, just being open to noticing. Sometimes we're just like, oh, I want love relationship, or I want this relationship, and we're like kind of not seeing, not fully opening our hearts to see, oh, there are not just maybe one, but maybe more than one people that show interest when you are open and when you magnetize yourself by opening yourself up and actually looking around and maybe even taking eye contact or just tuning in. So you might have a person in mind that you're thinking right now that's coming to your consciousness, and that could be the person who has interest. So if you also have interest, maybe it's time to kind of talk and get this thing going. But also it feels like there's this this energy of someone that you may not know at this time, or you're not sure how things are going to unfold, is coming into your life. And I feel like this card also, if you are in a relationship and you're thinking maybe there's just not enough communication and you're not really clear, you think they don't care about you, but they actually really, really love you. They just can't express it. So I feel like there's this kind of communication situation going on right now in some of your love life. But also this card that shows Anna, grandmother of Jesus. So it's interesting. We had a Mother Mary, we have grandmother of Jesus coming in, and she is talking about divine plans. So if you're looking at this doesn't look immediately as something like a love card, but she has this pink cloak here, and so she's kind of overseeing everything. So I feel like when you let also the universe and these angels and these benevolent light beings that are here to support us, to help us, and trust that whatever you are dreaming about in your love life is happening. There's a divine plan for that, and it's coming, and it may not be happening just like that right now in this moment. Maybe there's some work to do, but it feels very positive, and it feels very healing, and it feels really beautiful. It feels like you're laying foundations. And look at that picture. Isn't that beautiful? It's like blessing, like she's blessing with the love, and that is spreading into your love life. So it's about trusting and knowing that the universe wants for you what you want for yourself too. So if that's love, if that's twin flame, that's a lot of work, but it's incredible. If you want a soulmate, wonderful. If you want to be single, probably wouldn't have picked this area. But trust the universe. You have the support, and be open yourself to the love that's already there. It feels like this card is showing that the love is already there. All you need to do is kind of notice it and trust that it's there.
So I'm seeing a lot of themes with all of these and having to do with allowing and trust. So really kind of all of them kind of had that in some way of just really, what you're, a lot of them were like, what you're already doing, is the thing
Yeah.
you need to do. You know what to do. You need to trust. It's right there in front of you. It's all just pretty laid out, and we're already doing it, and we're doing it together.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty exciting. Absolutely.
Yes, we're powerful beings. We have all that we need on the inside. We don't need to look for it outside. So just exactly. That's
Let it
what
be.
it is.
Smile, melt, allow, relax, trust. That's our SMART goal for the year. So thank you so much. She's so great, right? Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you coming in. And so tell us more about what you're doing and how people can get in touch with you, and if they want to follow you or join your group or whatever that you'd like them to know about what you have going on.
Well, of course, if one of you, two of you, few of you felt resonance with me, I would love to get to know you. And so I am actually currently on Instagram. I have a daily Goddess Moments video. It's a 1-minute video. You can join me there on Instagram, but I also have a Crystalline Goddess Facebook group. It's a free group. So we have weekly Facebook live trainings there, and you're so welcome to join me. It is at facebook.com/group/crystalline goddess. And for all of you, I also have a gift that I would like to, if you feel like you want to keep learning and connecting, because I feel that this crystalline vibration can really help you get to where you want to go. And it's this positive energy that's going to keep you afloat when you feel like you're doubting yourself, and you want to, it can help you really maintain that faith in where you're going right now. So I have this manifesting workshop. It is a Golden Atlantean manifesting workshop, and it comes with 7 meditations. So it's a powerful package, and it's absolutely free. You can download it at goldengracecode.com, goldengracecode.com. And you can, if you didn't get that, we're getting the links there, but you can always also direct message me. I would love to connect with you and keep working with you in case if this resonates with you and if you want to do more. We also do readings in my Crystalline Goddess group. So
definitely. So goldengrace.com, is that right?
goldengracecode.com. So in that video series, a 3-part video series where I talk about Atlantis and this crystalline manifesting energy, of this crystalline goddess energy. And I also walk you through these stages of 3rd dimension to 4th dimension to 5th dimension, because in spiritual terms, we often talk about this, but it's really about lower vibration, awakening vibration, and that heaven on earth frequency where you are at your highest potential. You're doing what you're here to do, and you're in abundance, and everything's flowing. So I help kind of visualize your path, and you can also get to understand where you are at this time and what you need in order to get to the next level and to the next level. And so I feel like that's a really eye-opening or mindset shifting workshop, but it also comes with 7 meditations. So I think those will together is going to be a beautiful thing.
Definitely. Well, I'll definitely join you for that. So we should thank you so much for coming in. And I think, as we plan this year, I want to have more guests, and you've just started us out on such a beautiful path, which I knew you would. You'd come in with all this light and love and energy, and it's so great. And so we'll start everybody off on this path. And as we go throughout the years, you guys will do some technical trainings. We'll try to kind of capture everyone, because not everything is for everybody, but we wanted to, I know I've watched her in action, and I've seen her uplift our group that we do every single week. And so I just thought Annie would be the perfect person, and I wasn't wrong. She's so awesome. So really appreciate you coming in today. And we will definitely keep sharing all of your stuff so that people can join in, and then come, you guys go to her group, the Crystalline Goddess group in Facebook, and we'll put the links I think they should show in the chat, but if not, I'll double check after, and I'll add them into the chat as well. So thank you so much. This was so fun. We had just so great to have you here. Really, really appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you. So everybody, thank you. So is she the best or what? Just love her. And so, like I said, as we move forward, we'll continue to do trainings. We are going to schedule a longer training that will be kind of like we did with the 2020 vision planning. We're going to do one on what we call imposter syndrome, meaning, so if you had moments during this that where you were like, well, that's not me. I could never do that. All of that, that voice of, no, I can't do this. Who am I to do this? All of that. We're gonna really dive into that, and we're also going to dive into finances. Those are the two that we'll start with, and then we'll just continue throughout the year. You know, you talk to us, you tell us the areas where you're struggling, and we'll figure out bringing in guests or whatever it might take. And I just think she's such an inspiration, and she's actually, you know, a kick-ass businesswoman. So as well, so you don't have to be either or, right? And that's the other, I think, sort of myth that people think that they can either be, you know, spiritual and along that path, or they have to be. You can be it all. You can do it all. You can have it all. There's no reason you can't do it all. So we're really excited, looking forward to this year with you guys, and we'll continue these trainings. All right. So we will see you next week in Gatekeepers, 5 o'clock. We will be back. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Anu.